Good morning, all. Today we are going to see current mirror circuit, which is the last topic in your second unit. Okay, right. We'll see what is current mirror. Uh, we'll see why current source is needed. Why do we use current mirror? What is the current mirror circuit and how does current mirror work? And we'll see the theory of operation, types of current mirror, and application of current mirror. Clear? Right. Now, okay. First, we'll see what is current source. Current source and current mirror both are same. Always you remember current source and current mirror both are same. We'll see what it is. Actually, in the previous topics, we have seen the biasing techniques, right? We have seen so many biasing technique. Okay, so the transistor biasing technique introduced in the previous sections. These are not suitable for the IC design amplifiers. Okay, in order to design an IC amplifier, this will not be suitable. Why? Because even for a relatively simple multi-stage amplification system, you need many resistor and large capacitors are required. We have seen voltage divider bias, self bias, and fixed bias, right? So in all the cases, right, you require resistor and large capacitors. Okay, so these resistors and capacitors, it will occupy more space. Okay, right. So we cannot that is implement these passive elements on IC amplifier. So what we are going to do is we have to go for a alternate approach. That is, resistor is bulkier, capacitor is also the size is also bulkier, and inductor we cannot implement on we cannot design the inductor in IC amplifier. Okay, so we need to avoid all these passive elements, but at the same time we have to use the characteristics of these passive elements also. In that case, what we are going to do is your active device itself, that is a diode and transistor, the active devices itself, we can use it as a resistor, we can use it as a capacitor. Clear? Right, that is what we have told here. This is a problematic for a couple of reasons, and most importantly, the cost of chip, real estate, and fabrication concerns. However, fabrication of simple transistor has become cheap and easy, as well as it will providing the ability to have a large number of transistors with matched characteristics. Clear? Right. Next. Now, therefore, the biasing in integrated circuit, in order to design an IC circuit, the use of transistor configured to act as a constant current source. Okay, instead of using a separate constant current source. Okay, we can use the transistor itself as a current source instead of using a resistor separately. That is, we will take a passive element, so the physical size is going to be bulkier. So because that is what we are going to do is we are going to use the transistor or diode. We can use it as a resistor. We can replace a diode as a resistor. We have seen in the small signal model of a diode. Clear? In the small signal model of a diode, what we did finally, we replaced a diode as a resistor. So obviously we can use a diode as a resistor. Okay, now on multi-stage amplifier IC chip, a constant DC current source is generated at one location and is then reproduced at different locations for biasing the various amplification stages. Next. The major advantage to this approach is actually the requirement for resistor, coupling capacitor, and bypass capacitors are removed. So we don't use any physical passive components. Okay. So and the biasing of the multiple stages track each other in case of parameter changes, such as voltage supply of temperature fluctuations. Right, and why current source is needed? Actually, we'll be looking at several methods of providing constant DC current source for amplifier biasing using simple transistor configuration. Many of the circuits used to generate bias currents, okay, which are also used for providing large resistance for IC application. So the active loads which is created in this manner, we will use it as a DC current sources, or small and easy to fabricate in the IC chips. Okay, right. Now first we'll see the diode connected transistor. The diode connected transistor, actually your transistor is nothing but two diodes connected back to back. Okay, so how we are going to use this transistor as a diode connected one, and how we are going to use it as a current source, how we are going to use it as a resistor. Okay, before we get into current sources, let us take a little bit to look at the detail of the diode connected transistor. Okay, so the diode connected transistor is, it's very simple. The base and collector should be shorted, that's it. Okay, now we'll see that. See, here the base and collector is shorted. This is an NPN transistor. I've drawn for both NPN and PNP transistor. So base and collector is short circuited. Generally, you know the current equation. If you apply in KCL, the current equation is IE is equal to IB plus IC. Okay, right. Now I, when I is equal to IB plus IC, what you will do, how will you that is represent your base current using your gain, current gain, beta. So what is your beta? Beta equal to, what is your beta? Beta equal to what? Current gain. Gain means what? Output by input. What is your output? Output is collector current. Input is base current. So output by input. So it is IC by IB. Okay, right? So your IC equal to beta times of IB. So if you substitute in that equation, your IE is equal to IC plus IB, you will get, actually we will take IB as common, and we'll get 1 plus beta. Okay, right. So that is what I have shown here, 1 plus beta value. Clear? Right. Now we'll see what is actually a current mirror. See, I told you that current source and current mirror both are same. Okay, a current mirror is a circuit designed to copy a current through one active device by controlling the current in the other active device of a circuit. So what we will do is we will duplicate it. That's it. See, we will take one current from one circuit, a copy of current from the circuit, and we'll have the duplicate of that, that is replicate. We are duplicate or replicate, right? That is what the mirror image. Okay, now in another active device of a circuit, keeping the output current constant and regardless of the loading. Okay, or I can simply say it is a circuit that outputs a constant current that is equal to another current, that is called the reference current, right? So your reference current and output current must be equal. Both are equal, reference current and output current. But we have one condition for that. The two transistor which you are taking should be perfectly matched. Okay, both are identical and perfectly matched. If and only if these two are identical and perfectly matched, then only we can have the reference current equal to output current. That we will see. Why do we use the current mirror? Actually, an important feature of the current mirror is a relatively high output resistance, okay, which helps to keep the output current constant regardless of load condition, irrespective of whatever may be the load variation. Okay, the current mirror is often used to provide bias currents and active loads in amplifier stages. Now, first let me explain the current mirror circuit using diode model. See, why I am going for a diode model is, actually I told you that the transistors are nothing but, transistor is nothing but two diodes connected back to back. Two diodes connected back to back. So in that case, right, so first let me start with the diode, how I am going to replace a diode with a resistance. This anyway you have seen in the small signal model, but let me teach once again. Okay, so To illustrate the development of the simplified model for a diode connected bipolar junction transistor, we are going to use the NPN device. Okay. Now, starting with the usual small signal model, actually, the small signal where the base and collector are shorted. Okay, I told you that base and collector are shorted. Base and collector, we have seen in the previous circuit in the NPN and PNP, we have shorted base and collector. Okay, shorted. Okay, now we have, when we have shorted base and collector, actually, if you take NPN, emitter is N and base is P and collector is N. So PN act as a diode. Now base and collector, we have connected base and collector, so it will act as a diode. In that diode, actually here it is going to be, right, beta times of IB, a current source, and R pi. Your R pi is this, you will study in detail in small signal. R pi is very much less than R naught. Okay, that is output resistance. Okay, so R pi parallel to R naught, which is approximately R pi, because when we are taking R naught as very large value, obviously the large values we are going to avoid. Resistor value, the large resistor value we are going to avoid. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we are going to simplify it as a single resistor. We have a current source and we have a resistor here. Okay, now reflecting R pi from the base circuit to the emitter circuit, right? R pi from the base circuit to the emitter circuit. Now we have replaced only the resistor. Obviously base and collector is shorted, it means what, the diode. So now we have seen in the first topic itself, diode can be replaced with a resistor. That is what we have done here. Okay, the dependent source is shorted out and we end up with a single resistance between the base collector terminal and the emitter terminal. Okay, so we have replaced the diode as a resistor. Okay, clear? No. So that is what I had given. Long story but short is, a diode connector resistor may be replaced by a single resistor. Clear? We'll see what is the operation of a current source. As I told you in the introduction itself, we will have a reference current and we will replicate the current at the output. So your output and the reference current, these two are equal. So when it will be equal, if and only if both the transistors are perfectly matched in all the cases, right, identical transistor, then only your reference current and output current both are equal. Okay, so the most basic building block in the design of IC current sources, also known as the current mirror. Okay, the transistor Q1 and Q2 are matched devices. Okay, their bases, and see, their bases are tied together. These two bases are tied together. Similarly, the emitter also tied together. Okay, and here we have shorted the collector and the base. So it means what, here it will act as a diode, is it not? See, NPN, P and N, so it will act as a diode. Clear? Now the transistor designated Q1 in the figure, as I told you, that it is connected as a diode by shorting its base and collector terminal. Clear? So a reference current, I reference, is the input to the current mirror at the collector of diode connected transistor Q1. Now what is the input current here? See, what is the input current going on here? The reference current for Q1. Okay, right, and the output is taken from the collector of Q2. Okay, and I told you that your Q1 and Q2 must be perfectly matched. So Q2 must remain in the active region of operation by keeping its collector voltage higher than the base voltage all times. Okay, but that is the condition for active region. Okay, so we should ensure that the loading effect of any circuit fed by this current mirror should be inspected to ensure maintaining this mode of operation. What mode? Active mode. The Q2 should be in the active mode. Clear? Now we'll see the operation in detail actually. So the current mirror circuit is that the transistor are perfectly matched, I told you that, and have the same VBE. Of course, these two are identical transistor which we have taken here. So VBE also same. Okay. Using this, and you need to examine the circuit. The input current I reference current flows through Q1. Okay, and it will set up across the voltage across Q1, right? This voltage then appear across the base and emitter of Q2 because Q1 and Q2 are tied together. Sorry, it is connected together, tied together or connected together. So what is happening? The voltage that appear across the base emitter, it will appear across the base and emitter of Q2. Okay, now because the devices are connected in parallel. Okay, now we always assume that IC equal to IE. Okay, why IC equal to IE? Actually where IE equal to emitter current equal to IB plus IC, but IB is very negligible because it is in terms of microamps, right? So I can write it as a IE equal to IC. Clear? So the transistors are matched and the emitter current of Q1 and Q2 are the same and equal to I reference. So the emitter current are, because these two are tied together. Okay, so these two are equal to I reference. Because why it is I reference? See, the same current only flowing from your input to output. Okay, right. Now that is actually we will see by that is current calculation. Okay, or current relationship, I can better say current relationship. Now actually if the effect of finite beta is considered, what is beta? Beta is nothing but your current again. The currents are indicated in the see figure. See how I have indicated here. This may lead to an output current that is not equal to the input reference current. See, I output equal to beta by beta plus 1 into IE, but the reference is twice beta plus 2 by beta plus 1 into IE. Okay, right? See, this relationship I am going to explain in the next slide, very detailed. See, actually VB is, since the two transistors are perfectly matched, VB is same in both devices. Okay, and the transistors are identical. So what is your base? IB1 equal to IB2, IE1 equal to IE2, and IC1 equal to IC2. Okay, so now what you have to do is we have to sum the currents at the collector node of Q1. So you just see what are the incoming currents, incoming current and outgoing current. You just apply Kirchhoff's current law, right? So I reference at this node of Q1, collector node of Q1. So I reference current is coming towards the node. Okay, right? IC1 is going out. Okay, and IB2 is also going out, but IB1 is coming, they have shown the direction as a IB1 as coming towards, but IB1 and IB2 are equal only. Okay, so it doesn't matter, right? Even the current direction is reverse negative, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I reference equal to IC1 and IB1 plus IB2. So IB1 and IB2 equal, both are equal. So IC1 plus 2 times of IB2. Okay, so what is the reference? The reference current is IC2 plus 2 times of IC2 by beta. We can write that is IB value as what? IB value as IC by beta, because beta equal to IC by IB. Clear? Right. Now so the output current is then, it is what? Output current over I reference is beta over beta plus 2. So which is actually, which approaches unity for beta large. Clear? So what we are doing is we are taking the reference current and we are connecting two transistors, that is two bases of the two transistor, and we have taken perfectly matched transistors, right? And so the reference current, we are applying the Kirchhoff's current law. So reference current equation is I reference current is equal to IC1 plus IB1 plus IB2. Since both the bases are equal, both collectors are equal, so I can write IC1 plus 2 times of IB value, right? So whatever that is current coming here, it will produce as a voltage drop across this, right? And we can take the output here, right? So there because it is since the transistors are perfectly matched here, we can replicate the same current at the output also, right? Because both the transistor will have the same gain also same. Clear? Now the output resistance of the current mirror is limited by the R naught of Q2. Okay, so R naught is VA by I out, which is approximately VA by I reference. Now there are two types of current mirror. One is Weidler current source and Wilson current source. Okay, see the basic difference for the previous circuit and this circuit is we have added a resistance here to the emitter of Q2. Okay, emitter of Q2, which will improve the current gain. That is the main purpose of including here. Okay, in the Wilson current source, actually we have taken three transistors here. Okay, three transistor here, but the only change is in the previous case, right? The first transistor is connected base of connected to the collector, but here we have connected the third transistor base is connected to the collector. Clear? This Weidler and Wilson current source you will study in detail in the linear integrated circuits. Okay. Not only that, we can have a n number of stages. We can replicate or we can duplicate. That is the reference current. I can replicate one or more stages in multi-stage also. That diagram we see. We are connected diode and collector, sorry, base and a collector. So we have replicated more here. The reference current I output is finally equal to the what will be the your reference current. Okay. Now the application of current mirror. Actually, it is used whenever constant current is required regardless of the source voltage. Okay. Instead of a that is a physical current source, we can use transistor itself as a current source. Okay. Making a constant minimum load for power supply circuits. Okay. Next, make multiple current sources copied from one source. We have seen just now using a one source we can have a multiple current sources. Current mirror makes a low impedance current source from a poor current source, and it stabilizes current against temperature changes since the circuit changes voltage. I hope you understood the current mirror. Uh, Thank you.